From getting arrested to offending an entire community, here's our list of celebrities who ruined their careers in seconds. We obviously gotta start off with Diddy. Now, Diddy's career was absolutely destroyed in 2024, although it seems like it should have happened much sooner. Now, it all started with everything that happened with his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Cassie came out with a lawsuit against Diddy at the end of 2023 for all the times he mistreated her and took advantage of her. Now, shortly after this lawsuit was filed, it inspired more people to speak up about their horrible experiences with Diddy. Now, in the lawsuit, Cassie spoke of one specific incident that happened in a hotel hallway. Now, at the time, Diddy and his team denied everything, saying that Cassie was doing this to get a payday and that she was a liar. But less than 48 hours later, Diddy settled the case. Now, we thought everything with this was done, but in May of 2024, video footage of the hotel incident was leaked, showing that Cassie was indeed telling the truth and Diddy was the one who was lying. Now, the footage was absolutely horrifying, and after this was released, Diddy then posted to his Instagram page basically admitting everything and claiming that he takes full responsibility for his actions, but he only did this because he got caught. Then more people came forward with lawsuits against Diddy, and in September 2024 he was arrested for running a crime ring for decades. Now, he's still currently in jail and his trial is set for May 5th of this year, but since he's been arrested, he's been accused of more and more cases and he's lost all support. If he ever gets out of jail, which I honestly don't think he will, his career will never recover. Now, in 2019 and 2020, rapper Dababy was very popular, starring on some of the biggest songs. But he ruined all of that for himself in 2021 with some offensive things he said. During his performance at the Rolling Loud Miami Festival, he made some homophobic comments which offended the LGBTQIA+ community. Now, many people stated that his speech was unnecessary and disrespectful, so people online called him out, but he just doubled down on his comments. Referring to himself as the best live performer, he said that his words were nothing more than a call to action and that those who didn't see his show in person should shut the F up. But due to this, multiple festivals ended up dropping him as a performer, and Burger King even canceled their intentions to collaborate with him on a meal. Then there was the fact that he collaborated with Dua Lipa on a remix of her song Levitating. Now, many people tried to get Dua's attention online and asked her to remove him from the song. Dua then put out a statement saying, "I'm surprised and horrified at Dababy's comments. I really don't recognize this as the person I worked with. I know my fans know where my heart lies and that I stand 100% with the LGBTQ community. We need to come together and fight the stigma and ignorance around HIV and AIDS." Then, days after Dababy's comments, radio programmers who played Dua Lipa's music removed the version of her song with Dababy, shifting to her solo version. Now, a lot of celebrities then called Dababy out, but he didn't seem to understand the gravity of what he said. He then apologized, but he then deleted his apology online. Now, I knew he did some offensive things at the time, but I really didn't realize how much he messed up. He lost a lot of hype and support, and who knows how big his career could have been if he didn't make those offensive comments. Katy Perry ruined her career last year before her new album even came out. Why? Well, Katy collaborated with producer Dr. Luke on her upcoming album 143. Now, the artist Kutcher has a past with Dr. Luke, and she filed a lawsuit against him for mistreatment. Now, after denying all the allegations against him, the 9-year lawsuit came to an end in June 2023 when both parties released a statement revealing they had reached a settlement. So when Katy announced that Woman's World, a supposed feminist song, was made with Dr. Luke, fans decided to not support the song. After all, even Kesha seemed to chime in, posting LOL on Twitter when speculation of the collaborative project began. Now, Katy knew about Dr. Luke's actions, but she went ahead and worked with him anyways, which is ironic since the song Woman's World is about female empowerment. Not to mention, when people would bring up Dr. Luke in interviews, Katy would just ignore the question and deflect. In the end though, Katy's new album flopped and did horrible on the charts, so that seems like a bit of karma. In 2024, Blake Lively got her career absolutely ruined. end. Now, was it really her ruining her own career or a public smear campaign? Honestly, it was a little bit of both. Now, all the hate towards Blake started when her film It Ends With Us came out. Now, the book it's based off of has been called problematic for romanticizing sensitive topics like DV, and the author Colleen Hoover has also had some controversies, so it was safe to assume that the movie was going to come along with drama too. Now, at the premiere, people noticed tension between Blake and her fellow actor and director Justin Baldoni. Now, to be fair, all of the cast avoided Justin. Eventually, it was leaked that there was a fracture among the filmmakers in post-production, and that Blake, who was a producer on the film, had commissioned her own cut of the film from editor Shane Reed, who was the editor on her husband Ryan Reynolds' film Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, Blake had also been called out about how she treated the promotion of the film. She had been performing the film as a rom-com when it covers serious topics. I mean, it's a drama, not a rom-com. She was also blasted as tone-deaf and shallow after she hosted an interview with her It Ends With Us co-stars and failed to discuss the serious message behind the movie. While Blake has touched on the movie's darker themes occasionally, she has been lighthearted for the most part of the press tour. For example, she focused much of her energy on her floral looks, which references her character's name and profession. She even says in the film's official TikTok account's promotional clip, "Grab your friends, wear your florals," as she encourages people to watch the movie. Which, is that really an appropriate thing to say? No, not really. Blake had also been using the film to promote some of her own businesses, which is just weird. Then a lot of people came forward speaking out about how Blake was rude to them and she was labeled a mean girl. Turns out though that Justin Baldoni's PR team manufactured some of the hate online to get back at Blake, and now Blake is suing Justin, and it's all just super complicated. Ashton Kutcher has also had a rough couple of years, from his past being dug up about Diddy and how he supported his friend who was convicted of serious crimes. The internet has turned their back on the once beloved star. Ashton is really good friends with Diddy, as they met in the early 2000s through MTV and became great friends, with Ashton attending Diddy's so-called legendary parties. Now, during a joint appearance on The Late Late Show in 2018, Ashton gave more insight into his relationship with Diddy, who he grew close to before meeting his now wife Mila Kunis. "We were spending a lot of time together," Ashton, seated next to Diddy, told the host James Corden. "If you are a single man, there is probably no greater human being in the world to hang out with," he said, adding, "By the way, this was 20 years ago, so we were having a lot of fun together." Then, during a 2019 appearance on Hot Ones, Ashton was asked his favorite Diddy party story, and Ashton avoided answering. "I've got a lot I can't say," he said, then took a pause. "Can't tell that one either," he said with a laugh. "I'm actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories, man, that was some weird memory lane thing." Now, weird memory lane thing is a strange way to try to explain all of this away. Then there was the fact that he wrote letters to a judge in support of his That 70s Show co-star Danny Masterson. On June 17th, 2020, Danny was charged with 3 crimes, and on January 21st, 2021, he pleaded not guilty. Later though, he was found guilty. Now, for his sentencing, Ashton and Mila submitted character letters to the judge to hopefully reduce his sentencing. Now, these letters were leaked to the public, and it made a lot of people angry that they were defending him. Ashton wrote that Danny was an excellent role model and was a dedicated and loyal husband. Yeah, people did not like this at all. Well, that's all for our list of celebrities who ruined their careers in seconds. Now, which moment do you think is the worst? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I'm your host, Emily, and we'll see you next time. Peace.